right, and to get you more on the story, I'm joined in our Pretoria studios by Tobias Takavarasha, a representative of FAO. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Now, World Food Day is an important event. What is the state of food security in Africa, and really how many people have access to food on the continent?
The situation of food security in Africa, though it has improved in recent years, is still very worrying. The statistics recently released by the FAO indicate that globally we still have 805 million people who are undernourished. Coming to Africa specifically, we have about 214 million people who are undernourished. Put it in a more simpler way, we would say 1 in 4 people in Africa are still undernourished, although we have seen in recent years improvement towards the food security situation.
Now, is it not concerning that in 2014 we're still having discussions about people on the continent being undernourished? I mean, you say 805 million people. Why is that so, and what needs to be done at this stage so that we don't have these conversations 10 years down the line?
The major causes that have affected the food security situation in Africa, first and foremost, start with the inability of the continent to produce enough food from its own resources. This is also largely due to the effects of adverse weather, climate change, and in some cases, conflict. You also should be aware that to be able to produce the food that we need, agriculture requires significant investment in terms of mechanization, in terms of inputs, in terms of fertilizer, seed, and other technologies. It also requires properly functioning markets for both supply of inputs and outputs. And above all, and most importantly, you require consistent, supportive policies and high level of political commitment to ensure that the continent continues to produce its own resources. You also then have adverse factors such as the high costs of inputs like fuel and other imported machinery that go into agricultural production. When you put all those factors together, we still have a situation where the African continent, though it has substantial physical natural resources, is not able to feed its population. However, having said that, a lot is happening. There was the Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program that was adopted by the African heads of states and government in 2003, which is elevating the status of agriculture by encouraging governments to invest at least 10% of their budgets towards agriculture. We also had recently the African heads of state in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, declaring a commitment to end hunger by the year 2025 in Africa. We also have some very positive examples and cases in some African countries who are adopting the correct policies and technologies, showing that it is possible to improve agriculture and eradicate food insecurity and hunger.
Now, this year's theme is family farming. Now, in terms of Africa, there has been a lot of disruption, mainly due to the diseases that we see and the wars that we see. Tell us how this theme really fits into such situations and how we should really be commemorating or celebrating a day like World Food Day.
As you would be aware, World Food Day is a very important occasion, not only for commemorating the founding of the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations in 1945, but it is there to raise awareness among the public and the private sector of the importance of food insecurity and the need to address hunger, food insecurity, and poverty through collective collaborative action between the various players. So this year, we are pleased to note that the theme for the World Food Day is family farming, feeding the world and caring for the earth. It is giving attention to the importance of family farming. These are farms which are predominantly owned by the family, supplying their own labor, but making a major contribution towards food security, but at the same time facing a number of constraints. So by raising awareness and attention through World Food Day of the importance of family farming, we are drawing the attention of policymakers, private sector, towards supporting the role of family farming in the world. In fact, the majority of agriculture in the world is dominated by family farms. So this year's World Food Day theme is targeting 3 objectives: the importance of family farming, the need for us to continually feed the world by producing enough food, while at the same time caring for the earth, the very same earth which sustains our capacity to produce food and feed the nations. So it's a very, very important occasion, yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much for joining us. That was Tobias Takavarasha from FAO. He's a representative live in our Pretoria studios.